You see, at first, when someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. What eventually occurs is, first, homegrown industries start relying on government protection in the form of high tariffs. They stop competing and stop making the innovative management and technological changes they need to succeed in world markets. And then, while all this is going on, something even worse occurs. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs, higher and higher trade barriers, and less competition. So soon, because of the prices made artificially high by tariffs that subsidize inefficiency and poor management, people stop buying. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. The memory of all this occurring back in the 30s made me determined when I came to Washington to spare the American people the protectionist legislation that destroys prosperity.
Thank you, Donald Trump, for being president. You can save our lives 100% and go to the grocery store without being no problems.
It's just that I haven't really seen too many people your age come through here before.
Well, it's been 30 winters since the Flash. I really don't remember.
Do you remember what it was like? In the world before?
No.
Well, what was it like?
People had more than they needed. We had no idea what was precious, what wasn't. We threw away things people kill each other for now.
Really?
Yeah.
America is about to learn how good we actually used to have it. The ports are empty. Food isn't coming in. Goods are not coming in. Everyone who works in the shipping industry is saying we are about to face a crisis much bigger than the empty shelves during COVID. We have felt entitled in this country to freedom, to democracy, to human rights, to unlimited food and crap to buy. We got lazy and we did nothing to maintain those freedoms and those rights. We assumed that other people would do it. We stopped valuing our own education. We stopped reading. We stopped being kind to other people. We got completely hell-bent on having more stuff, on having more money, on having more whatever, having more fucking Botox in our faces. It's a false ladder that we were taught to climb. And I don't know if this current iteration of Americans has it in them to survive the Great Depression, Part 2, but I don't know if we're going to have a choice, babe.
Promise I'm not trying to raise a ton of concern here, but what you're looking at right now in real time is the port of Shanghai. This is the busiest port in China, and all of the yellow that you're seeing, the arrows are moving cargo ships, and the yellow dots are the ones that are either anchored or docked for loading or, because of the tariffs, waiting until they getting the green light to go ahead and move on with their shipments. Now, let's compare this to what we are seeing in the United States. This is the port of Los Angeles. Again, this is in real time. You can go look on Vessel Tracker right now. Everything that's a cargo ship is docked and nothing is coming in and out. Now keep in mind, China has come out and said, because of the tariffs and the trade war that's happening right now, China has said they're stopping most, if not all, of their shipments to the United States for the time being. This is a little scary because this is supposed to be the busiest port in the entire Western Hemisphere, and there is nothing coming in and out right now.
There are no more ships coming from China. Reports from Seattle, Oakland, Long Beach saying their ports are becoming empty. Very few goods are still arriving from China now, which means the trade war that Trump has enacted and the tariff plan is going to start working its way into our wallets. We're going to see a lot more empty shelves. There are going to be a lot more pricing on goods because we, as the biggest consumer against the biggest producer, will no longer be able to hold the supply that we want. Therefore, yeah, we're going to start seeing the trade war actually happen. Regardless if you voted for Trump, if you didn't, this will affect every single one of us. It has nothing to do with political notion, really. If this is what you voted for, you are about to reap what you sow. Trump has started a war with the biggest producer in the world as the biggest consumer in the world, so this will affect every single person living in America. Take out all the immigration issues, all the other bullshit that's happening with that administration. This is one of those. Gas prices, grocery prices will lower on day one. We're at day 100 something. It is not lowering, and I don't think it will in the nearby future. So stay safe out there.
Order directing the Department of Transportation to include English literacy tests for our truckers. We're going to ensure that our truckers, who are the backbone of our economy, are all able to speak English.
I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm wondering if it is just a coincidence that the timing of this executive order coincides with this situation going on right here.
This is a picture I took of Vessel Finder from the port of Seattle. There are no ships here. Look at this photo. This is one of the busiest ports on the West Coast.
Now, if you are curious or suspicious, you can look this up for yourself. Go down to marinetraffic.com. And as we can see right here, this is a picture of Shanghai. But when we come over to the west coast of the United States, we see pictures like this over here at Long Beach, or pictures like this at the port of Oakland. So what a coincidence in timing that we are going to have this supply chain issue, while at the same time he signs this executive order. Well, on the same exact day, Monday, April 28th, when that executive order was signed, you have articles like this right here: empty shelves, trucking layoffs lead to a summer recession. As we can see with the trade war update, firm predicts empty shelves and a recession by June. Oh yeah, and just another coincidence I wanted to point out is that the name of this management firm is called Apollo Global Management, which coincidentally we know Mr. Golden Dawn is obsessed with the Greek god Apollo. As we can see up here in his golden New York apartment, he has a mural, a painting of Apollo crossing the heavens. I'm sure that means nothing. But now back to this executive order right here, enforcing common sense rules of the road, which I just want to highlight this idea of them calling it common sense, because on the surface level, this looks good. It looks like common sense. I mean, of course, it is common sense and logical for you to be required to speak English and to understand English and the signs on the road if you are going to drive a commercial vehicle here in America. But again, it is the bigger picture and the timing of this executive order, especially when you understand their desires for the future with articles like this, the evolution of truck technology, how AI and automation are changing the industry in 2025. How we have 7-year-old articles like this: truck drivers like me will soon be replaced by automation. And where we have articles like this coming out last week where they are testing this technology on the road. The technology electronically links 2 trucks, allowing the lead driver to control the speed and direction of the second truck. So again, let me summarize that the main takeaway of this video is to always take a step back to look at the bigger picture. On the surface level, this executive order looks good. It's common sense. But again, it is the timing on the same exact day, once again, that this executive order comes out. You see articles like this about empty shelves and trucking layoffs, which, by the way, this executive order right here will ultimately lead to more trucking layoffs. Now, I understand that people will argue that the layoffs caused by this will be justified. That is neither here nor there, because this right here is the ultimate agenda. Prime Hegelian dialectic. The problem, reaction, solution.
I was talking to a Walmart truck driver today. And I'm also, y'all know I'm one too. You see me every day. And you also know that I'm in the import-export side of trucking. I deal directly with what's going on with the tariffs and what have you. I told y'all, and y'all know by now, you've been following me for a minute, that I am a red flag. I'm your warning of how the economy is doing. I let y'all know how the economy is doing way before everybody else did. Even before the news and anybody else, I was letting y'all know what was going on because I'm seeing it firsthand. Even when they wasn't reporting anything yet, I was telling y'all, hey, we're in a recession. The economy finna tank. It's looking bad. Oh, there you go with that doom and gloom. And all of a sudden, bam! What I was telling y'all happened. And as it was revealed that I was telling the truth, my numbers grew. A lot of y'all thought I was lying, making up views and ratings. As time went on, everything I told y'all ahead of time, what happened? And I'm not a psychic. I used to always say that, hey y'all, I'm not a psychic. I'm not Nostradamus, and I don't play one on TV. I just I'm in a position of where I can see these things before everybody else because I'm on the front line. So I warned y'all, get ready, be prepared. We're heading for a disaster. This was during Biden administration. I was letting y'all know. Before y'all come on here, this is what you voted for. We're not doing this. I done backed off of that. I'm tired of that. But again, I warned y'all, I let y'all know what was coming, right? So today, I was talking to a Walmart truck driver, the one that drives for Walmart. I'm an independent contractor with Walmart. I drive my own truck for them. I don't drive for Walmart fleet, the big Walmart trucks y'all see going on the road. I don't drive for them. We're talking about how they're being warned about times of getting ready to, if this tariffs and stuff keep going on, there's going to be shortages, supply shortages, empty shelves. What we got right now is a backload of orders, stuff that they ordered months ago. But once that runs out, I'll let them tell you. Hold on.
New today, consumer sentiment plummeting to one of the lowest levels on record amid a fierce trade war. Retailers are warning of empty shelves reminiscent of the pandemic, with the 145% tariff on nearly all Chinese imports in place. Yesterday, President Trump said he's ready to make a deal with President Xi.
Have you spoken to him since the tariffs? When did you last?
I don't want to comment on that, but I've spoken to him many times.
When did that happen and what did you discuss?
I'll let you know at the appropriate time. Let's see if we can make a deal.
Meantime, major ports like the Port of Los Angeles are seeing a steep drop in imports from China. And joining me now, we have Lorianne LaRocco, global supply chain reporter for CNBC Business News. Lori is also the author of the book Trade War, Containers Don't Lie, Navigating the Bluster. Lori, big welcome to you. So when it comes to the prospect of empty store shelves, which products could be hit hardest, and should consumers be worried? I mean, are you seeing a rush to buy certain things right now?
We really shouldn't see a rush because we actually have the items in. It's going to hit us in waves, Alex, and this is what we're going to kind of see with the timeline. Starting in June, this is where you're going to start seeing, those items that we love to get really cheap online. Those are the items that are going to get hit first, and those are like the fast fashion, products we might get on Amazon. And the reason why is that smaller businesses, they can't afford to have front-loaded, right, all of these items in to beef up their inventory. Then starting in July, this is critical because this is the back-to-school time, right, where parents are going into the stores to get their kids their school clothes. So you're looking at backpacks, you're looking at notebooks, you're going to be looking at all of these items that some have been brought in, but there has been a major pause
when you're looking at the amount of items that have been brought in. And people are just really uncertain, if you will. Is there going to consumer going to buy? We have seen the pullback on a multitude of different, economic indicators in terms of that hesitancy. And without really any definitive acknowledgement of what's going on, we're going to see this pullback. And then in addition to the fast fashion and the school clothes, also electronics, because of the connectivity, of the inventory of the supply chain.
That's what you voted for. I know that's coming. Again, as I started this video out, I was warning y'all about this stuff before we even knew he was going to be able to run. I was telling y'all we're going to be where we are now. Those of y'all who are saying, big war, these shelves ain't empty, they full of stuff. You still think I'm lying and don't know what I'm talking about, right? Like y'all been, This is how this works. If a ship come in today to the port, the stuff that's on that ship was ordered months ago. It took that long for that ship to get here. They didn't order it last. It ain't like how we do when we order something off Amazon or whatever. They be here in 3 days. That's how this works. When they order something from China, the businesses, Walmart or whoever else ordering from over there, they order months out. They have what you call forecasts based on what they think people are going to need and want to spend. So a ship shows up today at the port. What they bringing in is not something that was ordered last week. That ship might have been, that shipment was probably a month and a half, 2 months ago that they ordered for it to be here today. 2 months out. So that's what she was telling you. All these tariffs and stuff that we're dealing with, you won't start seeing those effects, like the lady said earlier, in like June, July, back to school, the Christmas holidays, holiday season, stuff like that. That's when you will start seeing the effects of these tariffs and stuff and the store shelves being empty. Right now, what you're buying and why you're seeing they're not empty, because that stuff that was in there, people like big stores that front loaded, because they knew it was coming, they ordered an extra. They try to hold them over because when the tariffs hit, they ain't ordering no more. They're not ordering. So the stuff you're buying now is stuff that was ordered months ago. When this runs out, that's it. Because people are not ordering more to restock. So as you see it start running out, they won't be restocking. So those who saying that I'm lying because big war, I was in Walmart today, the shelves were full. Okay, I'm lying. Don't worry about it. Keep on. La, 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 la. Keep on. Keep on. Keep on. You're going to F around and find out that big war wasn't lying. Most of y'all know I ain't lying. But some of y'all, just because of your hate for me and disdain for me, you don't want me to be right. And honestly, I don't want to be right about this because it ain't good news. I don't want to be right about bad news, but it's bad news. And I'm right. It's coming. So what I'm telling y'all to do, if you can, stock up. That's what they're telling you. On stuff that you need, that you know your household needs. They ain't telling you go out and buy all the toilet paper and all that. Cause I don't know what happened with that situation, because we make toilet paper here. I don't know why PepsiCo, whatever, somebody having to pay tariffs on aluminum when we make aluminum here. See, this what the tariffs are for. We make the stuff right here, but y'all buying it somewhere else because you want it cheaper. So the tariff would have make it the way you buy it here. That's a whole other story. The fact of the matter is, I told y'all the tariff was going to hurt us. But it needed to be done. Something had to be done. I don't think they're going to last that long because Americans are soft. We ain't finna fight. We ain't finna do no suffering, no struggling. So that's what the executives or whatever going to talk to President Trump, warning him about the pain we about to go through, and the American people ain't built for it. All those big CEOs and executives, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, all of you saw when they went to meet with President Trump to warn him about the store shelves going to be empty and how his tariffs are hurting the American people in the country or whatever. He told you, I told you, anybody with any common sense told you it's going to hurt. I told y'all we're going to go through a little suffering. But in battle, in war, you're going to deal with suffering. And why America won't win no more wars, because we ain't built to suffer no more. We ain't going to sacrifice no more. We're too soft. So the tariffs would work, but they ain't going to work, because at some point in time, he's going to have to lift them. Because they're going to get to crying, oh, Lord Jesus, oh, Lord. Instead of doing without, we're going to be crying and whining and complaining. The Democrats going to be talking ish, and everybody, the folk going to be on the news. I can't afford. We already can't afford nothing. What's new? So a loaf of bread went from $15 loaf to $18. Just an example. We already couldn't afford it at $15. So we were doing without anyway. You got to learn to do without. But we ain't going to do that. We got to have our latest so-and-so, our updated so-and-so. We got to have it. Imagine, we can't do without that. We can't do without the iPhone. We can't do without, no. What you mean, tariffs, President Trump? Don't you know the new iPhone coming out? So therefore, America ain't finna win nothing. Too soft. But I'm just warning my people. That's all I'm doing. Talked to the Walmart driver today. I went did some investigation. He telling the truth. Shelves gonna be empty real soon.